Welcome to my third coaching class. Today we're going to be talking about basically drakes and snowballing. So let's say drakes and snowballing, like drake spawns every single game. There's like 4 drakes in the game. If anything, there can be like 8 drakes in the game. So understanding how drakes work, understanding how to play them, and understanding how to snowball, and when to do them, when not to do them, is very essential, right? I will be covering all of these things, and I'll basically be able to help you guys get the knowledge for you guys to climb. And especially the context regarding like knowing how to play for objectives is super important, and just in general how to snowball, right? Because if you don't understand that, it's like very difficult to climb. Most people actually get good results as well. I do explain them always: win condition, tempos, and if you want to get good results, you actually need to like understand these things. So for example, some of these guys climbed a lot, but understanding like just how to play win condition, zone tracking, objectives, and it doesn't matter what elo you're in really. Like I think from any elo range, it will help you. Let's get to it and help you guys understand better on just how to snowball, right? So let's go to, well, basically fundamentals. If you have good fundamentals, you'll basically do well, no matter what, okay? And we'll start with like, well, when to do drake and when not to do drake. Let's start with that. Because I put it basically for you guys so you guys can read it, understand it. I'll show you guys some examples as well. But essentially, everything you should do drake, but when it says yes, everything the opposite should be like no. So I'll just read some of it out loud, which is basically, if enemy jungle top side and you have lane priority, and you're actually no, if enemy jungle top side, you have lane priority, you can usually start it. Because then it's like a forward tree, right? And sometimes I see some of you guys starting a drake when enemy jungle's near and you have no lane priority. And just saying, even if you have lane priority and if enemy jungle's near, if you're not stronger, it's still pretty troll. Just so you know. I'll show some clips. Even some pro teams are making this mistake, and it's important for you to understand what you should do and what you shouldn't be doing, okay? And I mean, this one's obvious. If enemy lanes are low and it's a 4v3 or 5v4, if you have man advantage and enemy is low, for sure you can go for drake. That's no problem. But of course, if enemy lanes are like healthy and it's a 4v4, basically it's difficult. So next thing, if your lane is a base advantage and you're stronger, so let's say enemy has like no base, your AD carry comes back with a BF sword. Sure, you can start a drake. Sometimes you'll see people they just start a drake with like no eco base, any team can come. And I mean, other 2 things you can read them basically, but it's nothing too crazy, right? We have like a big slow push and stronger. But essentially, TLDR, you need to be stronger, or they need to be low, and you can fight them when they come. That's the most important thing. If they're low, you can start, because if they come, you fist them, okay? Next thing, I'll be talking about drake examples, okay? I'll cover regarding some pro teams, okay? So this is on my Patreon, my mid-game course. But essentially, we talked previously about you should start the drake if you're stronger, right? And I just want to highlight one thing here. You see Kaisa? Kaisa actually has a very good base. So I'll go a bit more back before, if I can show it. I'm yapping some stuff. Basically, Kaisa just came back from base. He spent Noon Quiver, and he's basically stronger. However, Varus Braum, they have bowling priority, and decided to start it, okay? However, Kaisa here can just catch the wave and follow. And by the way, just saying, this is a very common mistake in every single elo. And you probably make the same mistake where like, as a jungler or as a support, you just, well, you see a slow push, you start a drake, and what happens is that, yeah, just read this. It is really bad to try to take the drake if enemy laners can catch the wave and still follow. A slow push, essentially, is useful. Like start objective, and if they can't come in time and you can finish it and run away, if you start it and enemy team can come, and if let's say you have a worst base, you should be prepared to be able to turn on one side. So this is basically from the last year, just so you guys know. But basically the concepts still apply, right? Which is that you see, they start the drake here, but look at EDG. They're on the drake here, but the thing is that they don't really have guaranteed tools to turn on these guys. They could try to flash on him, but the thing is that even if they do so, Mark is keeping actually a good distance, and he's not giving like range for free. He's actually spacing them properly. So let's just see what happens there, okay? In this fight. They're trying to basically do the drake, and Knowledge hooks in. They're trying to collapse on left side. They're just playing very slow here. And, well, basically, they just lost the fight. And why is this fight so scuffed? Because, like, first of all, Kai'Sa's stronger. And number 2 is that they don't have tools to turn. And when I say they don't have tools to turn, they're like Braum, complete dog shit. they have only Maokai Flash ult, or like Flash W, I guess, right? But even then, super awkward. Top esports, they can legit just like stare at them. Because Drake is super healthy. They only have to walk in if the Drake's like getting closer, because then both people have to walk up, right? But this is a good example of like basically having unbased advantage. And I'll show like the next concept, which is like a bulldoze concept, right? Which is that, let's say if you're first on objective, and this is what should happen by the way. If you're first on objective and any team is split, you should want to collapse on one side completely. And I'll show you another example soon. This is like regarding Drake. Okay, I'm like yapping some shit. But basically you can see that the entire team here is collapsing on this side, right? So even if left side here tries to follow, they would keep running into this direction. So they can never make it. So you always want to be like collapsing on one side if you're together, if you're like a ball, you know? These guys are like a ball and they're like split. That's why if you're first at objectives, guys, and you can collapse on one side, that is super, super good, okay? And I'll show another example regarding that. So pay attention to this Drake, okay? How they play it. So, a few things before we watch this. Remember what I talked about is that one ball concept. What is a ball concept? Ball concept is that if you're together and any team is split, if you're like a ball, you can collapse on either side. And if, let's say, Lucian here tries to follow, and let's say the ball here tries to collapse on this side, Lucian has to chase them, okay? So let's just watch the clip. Lucian's stuck on a tower. They try to collapse on Lucid. Lucid bounced. They're back on a Drake. But do you notice how they're like a ball here? And they're like split? Very good teams, and even solo queue, by the way, same concept applies. If you can, try to really collapse on one side. Let's go Amelia here. Before Lucian even joins the fight's already low-key over. Which is why having tempo and being first on objectives is really essential. Because if you're first, it's very easy to just like engage on one side. And just saying like it's really difficult for Lucian to actually walk up, by the way. If Lucian walks up and he just gets collapsed on, these guys cannot help him. Because they're just gonna keep running this side. This is just like a little bit about Drakes to give you guys some perspective on like when to start it, when not to start it, if you're strong enough. This template should be helping you for a general baseline. So you understand like, okay, was the Drake even good in the first place? And then you can just like look at this. You can always save this if you need to, but it's like a general guideline, okay? So now, well, the most important thing, which is I'll be teaching you guys how to snowball. Because the people on my Patreon as well, they ask Kirei, how do I snowball? I get a lead, I don't know how to advance. And I'll basically be teaching like how to do it, the steps needed to do so, step by step, and just how to snowball, okay? Because essentially it's actually not even that difficult, but you need to make good habits and have a basic game plan and know what the game plan means. And essentially the game plan should be based off this. There's more steps to these things, okay? So I'll be explaining you guys just like, first of all, how to snowball, okay? So this is a game where enemy team FF'd in like 15 minutes. They FF'd quite fast, right? This is like Master Elo. But even my laners died, well, 2 for 0. They kind of griefed. But I still made them FF in 15 minutes. And why is that? Because how to snowball. Efficient jungle pathing, this is very important towards win condition. Because I can promise you guys that when you guys are playing, you're probably going for like the most random shit play that is not good, instead of just playing for win condition. And I'll show you perfectly this game, what I'm doing, and how I'm snowballing, okay? Both my laners died. Sucks. And regarding snowballing, of course, if you don't know what is a good gank, you can't get kills, you can't snowball. So, how to recognize kills. How to recognize when a gank is good. If they need to push out the wave, if they're deep, if you have kill threat, obviously, right? And just look at this example here, okay? You see where I am? Usually laners, let's say actually I could teleport ball in here, okay? And they come from behind. I think I can kill them. However, and they do need to push out the wave, right? But the problem here is that even if I run from here to here, by the time I'm bot lane, the wave is gone. And when the wave is gone, there's no reason for me to gank here. So what do? I'll just full clear. But I can promise you that if I actually was like 15 seconds faster and they didn't put a ward down, I would just kill them here. But because by the time I get there, they push the wave, I can't look for a gank. Which is why I'm not going there. And I'll explain to you as well just how to get kills. So I'm just farming here. Nothing too crazy, okay? So, when I go for gank here, okay? Before going for a gank, these are the general rules. Wait till they go for last hit, or wait till they overextend. It's not like they have to go for last hit, but let's say they walk up like a dog, you can still kill them because they're deep, right? If you gank mid lane, laner should hook opposite side. Why should he hook opposite side? Because let's say if he's hooking this side, Katrina is just gonna run up, he runs away. If he's hooking top side and I'm coming from bot side, at least Kestin can like keep fisting him and hit him. Or if he runs to the middle, we can just like sandwich him, right? And you can kill him. But let's just see, okay? So see how I'm pinging here, like I'm literally pinging him in his face, like hook top side. But then a Bardo is here. So we're going for a fight here. I know Fiddlesticks is completely useless. I still flash. And I kill the sticky here. So this really begins. Even Ash came here. Fire's not here. I went for a little Bardo here, because I like Bardo. Munch. And we kill the Ash here soon as well, okay? And but this where the snowballing part begins, okay? This is gonna be differentiating you between the best or an average Joe. I hope you guys don't want to be an average Joe. I hope you guys want to be the GOATs. So, right now, this is for me like an auto habit already, but general rule, if your camps are up, second rotation, and crap is up, go for a second rotation. Especially if crap is far. Okay, let's say that I'm literally here, okay? And I can literally kill the crap instantly top side. Sure, I'll do the crap. But if I have to run from here all the way to this crap, it's fucking dog shit. I remember what I said about how to snowball efficiently. Path towards Rincon efficiently. Go on track. Essentially, you might wonder, what is snowballing? Snowballing actually is just like increasing your lead and not giving anything. And if you path towards your win condition efficiently, you'll get a lead, because if they take a good trade, you can punish them. And if you jungle track, you deny the enemy jungle kills, which allows you to snowball harder, which allows you to like get more kills and keep on snowballing. When do you stop snowballing? I'll keep playing this, but like, when do you stop snowballing? When enemy stops your momentum. And how can you stop your momentum? By literally killing your laners. So jungle tracking is such a huge part of it, okay? And just saying as well, because they're instantly based and I clear top to bot, I found the Fiddlesticks here. I'm at the right place at the right time. And here's the thing as well, right? Shant came all the way from top lane to come here. Why would I fight him? He's losing top lane farm. I'm happy. Okay? And now, after I killed Fiddlesticks, how do I keep on snowballing? Right now. I have 700 gold. My camps are up. Drake is up. Grubs is up. There's so many things you can do right now. There's literally, I can go bot lane. I can counter jungle. I can take Drake. I can do Grubs. I can do everything I want here. So how do I snowball? So, I would always like to keep it simple. The moment you get to a higher level, you should be more flexible, but you should just think, which lane do I want to play with? Which lane do you have the highest chances of succeeding in skirmishes? That would be mid/bot. So, what would I do next? I would track what enemy jungle can do. You can keep it simple at the beginning, which is that you can always start tracking just one lane, which is ring condition. But the moment you're very comfortable tracking for one lane, which is your win condition, try to go from one lane to 2 lanes. At some point to 3 lanes. But essentially, if you want to have good jungle tracking, you need to know where enemy jungle is. Without this, your brain won't trigger, oh wait, he can go mid lane. And if you don't know, you can look at the wave states, but that's a bit more advanced, but not too complicated either. But let's go all the way back from here, okay? Right now, I should already know where Fiddlesticks started. I know that he was topside. I should have checked his CS, and I should know that he's gonna go back to his topside camps. So to keep jungle tracking very simple, you can just literally think about, okay, Fiddlesticks is going topside very likely. He can only go mid or top. Then you look at the wave states and see, okay, can he actually gank them? If no, well, they're chilling. If yes, consider maybe pinging or maybe covering if it's convenient. And that's how you can keep on snowballing, so you don't lose momentum. This is so important, okay? And let's just see what happens. You can see here by the on top lane, I'm pinging, careful. Because I know Fiddlesticks is top side, I'm making sure I'm not losing momentum. So, because I know he's around top side, so I'm pinging top lane, hey, be mindful. As long as he doesn't die, and I'm pathing towards the top side, I will get the grubbies, okay? So let's see what happens next. Okay, I see him on the grubbies, and one thing as well, you can see him doing the grubbies. If I see him on grubbies, you can always push out enemy laner, and you can apply the same concept, which is I can be balling with my Kestin. If Katrina's here, and Fiddlesticks here, we can bulldoze Fiddlesticks out. I'm sure all of you guys start an objective, your mid lane gets ganked, they push you out. This is very normal. And this is something I always like to do, which is that if I see enemy during an objective, I'll force this guy out and push out the Fiddlesticks with the bulldoze tactic, which is just sending it on him. And even if Katrina tries to follow, well, usually enemy gets one shot. The only time the bulldoze tactic doesn't work as efficiently is if this guy's Sejuani. Because Sejuani can buy enough time before he gets one shot. But imagine me and Kestin are going on Fiddlesticks and Katrina's here. He's dying really fast. But yeah, I mean, Bard was here. I didn't pay attention to the Bard. So this is like a 3v2, which is in general not good. So I died here. Ideally, if my support could have came, it was the best. But if they denied him on balling like this, that's completely fine. So how do we keep on snowballing? So I actually need you guys to think for a bit. Try to actually think right now. Don't just like AFK, but pause and think. How would you snowball the game from here? My top lane is like 1-1, Devishen. My Kestin happened to be 3-0. My bot lane happened to be 30 CS ahead. How do I accelerate the game right now? I have no Topsy camps. Let's see, okay? So what I think right now is probably that, okay, I probably want to play mid bot. I think we can all agree to that one. So when I play mid bot, what do? I've now made a game plan, okay? Different base. What do I play for? When? What I'm playing for? Mid bot. When? Well, probably this wave I won't be using. This wave I won't be using. So I'll be thinking, okay, maybe they should be careful. Because on these waves, I cannot be there. So I'm just picking it to play safe. And I decided to do something illegal, low-key. So I decided here to do the Drake. But there's one problem here. I think my bot lane needs the base. Because for some reason this 30 CS... actually, okay, I mean, it doesn't matter because this guy's level 3. So he's actually like pretty useless, right? But regardless, I'm pretty sure my virus wants the base. And basically, yeah, he wants the base, right? But actually, wait, I think Ash actually rage quit this game, by the way. Ash actually rage quit. Actually didn't rage quit. He just died. Okay, I'm not sure where Ash died, actually. Where the fuck's Ash? Okay, this guy's actually trolling. But essentially, but anyway, you guys get the idea about like snowballing part, right? Which is that you want to play with your win condition and drone track efficiently and make sure you play around them. Let's say that my win condition is my bot lane, but I want to play for groups. If my bot lane is not involved, I wouldn't play for the groups unless I know for sure I win. Instead, I would just go for a dive on bot lane. And regarding questions, I'll answer them after the class. But yeah, so this is like one problem here, you see? Here you can see my top laner getting ganked while I was doing Drake. What's the problem here? Think about it. Fiddlesticks can never contest the Drake. If you contest the Drake, he's gonna get fisted. So he's one play only, which is in the top side. And here, I didn't ping my top lane to be careful, but essentially, this is a habit you have to create, which is that if you're stronger and you know you win around the side you go to, try to ping the other side. And that's how you can keep on snowballing and keep on building momentum. By not giving the enemy jungle one kill, you make it easier for you to like win fights, essentially. And there's like a fight here. They're like, I think 4 men, so I'm like, I'm not gonna fight. Like, why would I fight like 4v2? Like, I literally wait for my team and then fight 4v4. This is like very simple, but I can promise you that if you watch it on replay, you would notice that you fight quite often with like low numbers, which is bad. Here I'm just oinking around. And I think in the next 2 minutes, we kind of end the game. I just killed the... here things go. This is how to snowball too, right? You see how my red buff is spawning and enemy buff is spawning? General rule, if you can take enemy camps, you should almost take enemy camps, especially if you're ahead. Why is that? For a few reasons. You secure a strong side for your laners. You push enemy jungle out. You are in the same line. So when I say you're in the same line, what does this mean? Basically, if I'm here, okay, and my lanes are like here, and we don't have any vision here, the chances are that they can get ganked. But by me invading, I'm actually like a living ward here. Like, by me being here, this allows some laners to hook the top side, get top side control, and I actually close the pathing here for Fiddlesticks that you cannot go top lane. So this allows my laners to snowball, and this allows me to show where he is. So I'm going to keep on having momentum here. And because I'm here, well, I'm just literally pushing field sticks out. So then it becomes easier for my laners to play aggressive, and they cannot die here. And it's almost always worth to skip your camps, because then you push them out. And then, well, we just take the Herald and it's FF. But now, I'll show you guys another game. I'm playing Lilia, okay? This is against one of my students. I think he... okay, this is more like mid-game. So here I can elaborate more on mid-game how to snowball, okay? So you can see here that it's like 22 minutes in, we took bolt inhibitor. It looks really doomed for them. Enemy drone was like 50 CS down, and I'll just show you like how I snowball from beginning till the end. I can quickly show you guys like how I got the kills. Basically, I just went for mid lane gank here. I got a kill. I take the groups here. How do I snowball? I'm pinging the opposite side so I don't lose momentum. So as long as they don't die and don't give them anything, I take a free objective. I always say it's like play football. Basically, if you get a kill, it's 1-0. If enemy team doesn't get anything, it says 1-0. If you take full groups, enemy team doesn't get anything, 2-0. As long as he doesn't get anything, I'm happy. So right here, I just take the groupies. I ping my bot side to be careful. And I don't want him to get anything. As long as he doesn't get anything, I'll keep on snowballing. Here, I probably don't go top lane. And here, why don't I go top lane? My win condition essentially was bot side. Bot/mid. So I'm not gonna waste my precious time on top lane. As long as he can farm, he's gonna outskill. There's no reason for me to help him. He can farm. My time being in the bot side is much more important. So here, I'm just gonna path towards the bot side here, okay? Here I'm pinging, hey, careful, he's on the Drake, be mindful. And now, I am hopefully not going top lane, don't do it. But you can see here, I'm just pinging here, hey, be careful. As long as he doesn't get anything, and I go towards bot side, I'll get something. How to keep snowballing. You see my blue buff is up, and I don't know if his camps are up. So, I know that this wave is dangerous, and as you can see, because I know that I'm not there, I'm just pinging my laners here to be careful. Because if they actually just play aggressive, they will die, and I don't want that, right? So I'll just ping them, hey, be careful here. Here, I'm pinging, okay, I take this, and then on this wave, I'll be there. So I know that on that wave right there, I can be behind them, and if they are gonna get ganked, I'll be there. But I'm spam pinging them till then, that I'm not there. So here I'm like, okay, ball seems fine, they have a ward, I can keep on farming. I was ready to move if needed, but here you can see I'm just like farming, pinging, and making sure that when I finish my camps, I'll go for a fight. Now we get a kill here. And I think that's it. And now I see Jarvan. Okay. Right now, Drake's up, my camps are up. I have 700 gold, I don't have that much gold, so after a kill, okay, in general you almost always want to think these things, okay, which is that after a kill, you need to base. Why is that? You want to be as strong as possible. If there's a skirmish, you're strong. I don't have to base. And why do you think about needing to base? Because let's say that you've, I don't know, my Leandry. Instead of taking my camps here, just basing, going from base, taking it, it's much better. Because then if there's a mid or bot fight, I'll be there and I can fight, okay? What's the next thing after a kill? After a kill, do I need to base? Basically, where's enemy jungle, right? And what I play for. I don't need to base. I see enemy jungle, what I play for. I probably just want to play for mid bot, but I'll just farm. So let's see what I do. I just being careful. I just take the crap. I just full clear here. I'm literally full clearing here. There's a ward here, so it sees me. I need 2 more camps for my item power spike. If you look at my gold, I need like 1.3k. So right now I have a defensive mindset, right? And this is like, I'm making sure that like I don't lose momentum. Because right now I know I need these 2 camps for my Leandry. So what do? I spam ping all of them to not int. Because after my base, if they wait for me, they cannot play the game. It's just not possible. You see, I just opened the shop, I checked how much gold I need, and knowing that I have my item in 200 gold, I don't want to do anything unless it's very free. If there's nothing free, I farm. But you'll see me now, because I know I need the base, look at lanes, be like, are they safe? Yes or no? And here, I'm going top lane. Why is that? Because I know this wave is gonna crash like Loki here, and this guy seems like he wants all in. So while I want a base, I'm not gonna ignore everything. I'm just gonna look here, see what I can do. Can he catch the wave? If yes, don't go for it. Take my camps base, and now make a game plan. So How do I snowball? I'm now on base. I'm pressing tab. How do I snowball this game so hard in 22 minutes? The game is kind of over. So if you look at the game state, top's winning, every single lane's winning. Like, in this game state, okay? How do you lose if winning? There's only two ways, or three ways technically. If laners are boosted and die 1v1 / 2v2, that's like one way. Other way, if they die to enemy jungle. Third way, I don't see how you lose. As long as you do these things well and you play team fights somewhat decent, okay? So let's just look. I take groups, same habit you see. I'm doing groups, I'm pinging a bot lane. Hey, careful, he's probably bot side. I'm trying to not lose momentum. I'm trying to keep momentum by making sure my bot lane doesn't die. Because the moment I decide to like play bot side, I want bot lane to be alive, so I can invade this area, okay? I'm sprinting towards bot side right now. He took the Drake, which is normal. He's cross mapping. We got Cinder Flash. Now run into his bot side. I take Raptors. His bot lane's moving. I'm like, sure, that's fine. Now I just farm. And now I do the same thing. I track enemy jungle. My lanes play 1v1, 2v2. And after I finish my camps, I now look to play aggressive. And remember about the line that I told you about? If I can invade and push him out, that is really good. So here, I'm looking to invade in his bot side, you see? And here's the thing. I'm just gonna stay here. And I mean, this is like on my Patreon invading course, which is that, let's say that these guys would collapse on me, okay? I would bulldoze towards the Syndra side, because even if the ball is moving to me, I can just run through the Syndra. And we should win 2v2. That's my exit plan. So I couldn't get the red buff here. I'm not sure I couldn't get the red buff here, actually. Actually, I had no W, sadly. It was 2 seconds cooldown. And I'm not sure if maybe they moved to me. So I was like, playing it safe here. Better safe than sorry, okay? And look what I'm doing right now. I'm pinging once again, to be careful, to my laners. And I'm pinging my mid lane, assistance, and ping on the way. Why is this? I'm basically playing with my win condition. I want you to think about something, which is that right now, okay? I could, if I want to, fight 3v3 bot lane. That would be like maybe, let's say 60-40%, okay? Like I would say 60-40 for us. But like, if I involve my mid lane, this becomes like 75-25. And why would I not involve my mid lane when he can push and move? Why would I not do that? Like, why would I just fight bot without my mid lane? Essentially, I'm playing for my win condition. And this is a setup, okay? So let's see what happens now. And all of this before, I ping my mid lane in his face. I ping on the way here. So what do I do here? I get his attention. I tell him the reason. And let's just see what happens now. I ping him once again. Move your booty. Like you can even see here. I'm like waiting a little bit. I'm actually not even going instantly. I'm fully aware that my Jace is behind them. They're very deep. I don't have to go in. I just wait a bit. Now there's a fight. My Jace first to the fight. And they just got Omega Fisted. And now I think I kill Misfortune as well, maybe. Not sure. And his head as well. So how do I keep on snowballing? How do I keep on snowballing? I have 2.2k gold. The Herald is up. I base here. Why do I base here? I have a lot of gold. All my camps are up. And Herald is up. So, you see this death time of Jarvan? He's spawning in 3 seconds. Which means that if he decides to rush towards mid lane, he'll be slightly faster than me. What do? I make sure that mid or top, like whichever lane is going to play like a donkey, I'll spam ping them to not int, because I want to keep momentum. You want to keep momentum. How do you keep momentum? Track enemy jungle. Have good base timers. Play for a win condition. And of course, in between, you want to take your camps. So let's just see, okay? I'm just doing my raptors here. After the raptors here, I do red buff, golems. And now I'm thinking, which waves are lava? What is lava? You can see here, I'm pinging mid lane, bot lane careful. Why is that? Because I'm farming. I'm not using this wave. Not using this wave. Not using this wave. Okay, I'm actually using this wave. And hopefully, okay, I'm pinging my bot lane to be careful here. Let's see if I do it. Please ping my bot lane. Please. Kirei, do it. No, don't fight bot lane. Okay, they somehow survived. But here's the thing. Jarvan could have been there. So, I already made a mistake here. Jarvan could have been maybe bot side. What is the mistake here? You see how Janna's being careful? I should have pinged as well careful right now. Because maybe then he's thinking, oh wait, maybe Jarvan is here. And maybe instead of like hitting the ward here, he would hit the ward more on the top side. And such a simple thing would have him not being chunked. And if he wouldn't get chunked, what would happen is that I would invade his raptors. I'll probably take Drake in the next minute as well. But now he got chunked. But luckily we see Jarvan. Now there's a fight. And we killed him here. Okay, we got some more kills. Nice. So, I pop Herald here. I think about some things. Same thing. Well, after a kill, do I need the base? I do. Enemy jungle. What I play for. And this is something you can measure every single game. So, well, if let's say you're support, okay? And you see that your jungler has like all his camps up. What do? You should think as a support, okay, where the fuck's enemy jungle? Can I die to him? I should wait till my jungle finishes clear / base and he comes to my lane. And then when he comes towards my side or he's around, then I wanna play aggressive. Till then, play safe. I killed enemy laners. I take Drake here. I take my camps. I take enemy raptors because I can. And I base here, hopefully. So how do I snowball? Okay, this is the what event concept, right? Which is that on my head, I kind of want to play for probably with my Jace and Jhin. Ideally, right? Because I think my Fiora should be okay. But now I play the what event concept. So what and when concept. Same thing. What I play for when. I want to play for mid / bot. But all my camps are up. So I'm pinging literally everyone to not die. Why is that? To not lose momentum. Because if I'm packing towards bot side and my bowling dies here, I will lose momentum. So all I'm doing here is just tracking. I'm literally full clearing here, thinking what can enemy jungle do, and I'm farming. And the moment I'm there with my laners, I will win every single 2v2, every single 3v3, and I will take objectives with that. As long as my laners don't die, and you're being efficient in recognition, and not going for a random Olaf gank, you're at the right place at the right time, and you can punish people. And let's see what happens here. I'm just gonna play it here, okay? I'm just going mid lane here. I'm trying to see if I can fish something. If there's nothing to fish, you should push mid lane and move into bot side. Okay? Now Syndra has to show mid lane. And because Syndra shows mid lane, guess what? It's a 4v3. And now we have like a higher chance of winning here. And now there happened to be like a random Nautilus in the tower. And we killed him here. And basically, right now, okay, how do we kill snowballing? Well, do I need the base? I don't have to, but there's no camps, nothing to take. Why wouldn't I base here? I'll just base. And what do I play for now? Top side. Same thing. I just identify when I'm pressuring and what enemy jungle can do. I know I want to play top side. Why do I know I want to play top side? Because Baron is up and I want to play there, okay? So right now, I'm just like pathing towards top side here. I'm thinking, I don't want to go bot side and top side. And of course, how do you snowball? You go in enemy jungle. Go in their line. What happens is that you push him out, you create a strong side, and your lanes don't get ganked. If I go towards my Gromp here, which is a low elo mistake, these guys might get ganked. If you can invade, you should almost always invade. Because then, you can push the enemy jungle out and make 2 lanes safe. Which is mid and top. And just simple maps here, guys. I'm playing careful. Why I'm playing careful? Legit, I'm sure everyone of you can do it. I count 4, and I say you're 3. I don't fight this. Even though I'm 7-0. I'm 7-0, by the way. I don't want to fight this. I just wait till at least 5v4 or a 4v4 when we're first. So now, my team is coming closer. So now, I'm really gonna send it here. Like, I'm just walking in the face right now. I'm ulting here. I'm sending it. Because now, it's a 5v5. And now, well, now we get the Baron. And now, well, how do you use Baron, right? That's the next thing. So, in pro play, Baron usage is different in solo queue. In pro play, what happens often is that like one guy would go mid lane here with teleport, and you would go 4 side lane. Why is it good? Because if let's say they are going 5 bot lane, you can just TP and fight on the wave if you're strong enough. If they're going mid lane, this guy just buffs, doesn't die, they have to respond to bot lane at some point. But in solo queue, your teammates won't know how to play. So you need to adapt to what happens. But most important thing is you need to show guidance. you need to at least say what you want to do. You know, here I'm writing Fiora solo mid for bot. Now he's pinging on the way top lane wave, on the way mid lane. So what do? We push one mid lane wave here, and we go into bot side. You see how here I'm spamming bot lane? So no matter what role you play, you need to understand how to rotate. Like now, because I wrote that, my top lane now is going mid lane. We're going bot side here. And this wave right there is the wave we want to protect, use, and siege. And now you see my Jhin is dizzy. I'm pinging him in his face to group. Because what do? I get his attention and I tell him the reason. And now he's grouping. And now we got the right lane assignment because like I gave the direction and I used my pings. And well, now I'm just gonna probably siege this. Syndra's top lane, Olo's mid lane. Guess what? This is a 4v3. I'm gonna send it probably. I hope so. Bonk. And he's dead. And then we basically just push ball in here. But you can see here, what I'm doing is not anything fancy. Like, all I did this game was, after a kill, hold up, I'll just like, write down later, but we can see here, like, this is like in a Grandmaster / Challenger game-ish, right? The thing that I just did was like, all I did, okay, was basically, after a kill, I just thought, well, do I need to base? If yes, I'll look for a base. If no, I'll stay around. The next thing I just think, okay, kind of like, where's enemy zone, right? I just make sure that after I get a kill, he doesn't get anything. So after that, what do I do? Well, I just think, what do I want to play for? And why is these things important? Because essentially what you're doing is like making a game plan, which helps you not going for random plays. Because if you don't have a game plan, and let's say your top lane is pinging, please gank, but your top lane is kind of useless, maybe you still go top lane because it looks juicy in the moment. Instead of thinking, hold up, my win condition is actually bot lane, I actually shouldn't. So you have like, you don't go for random plays, okay? Which allows you to play for win con efficiently. And if you play for win condition, I can promise you that even if you break your arms, the chances are that you win those skirmishes. And I can promise you as well as that if your win condition is ahead, they will play aggressive. And because they play aggressive, if you're not there, they might die to a gank. Which is why you should be very efficient if you're jump pathing. If that makes sense. So this is like making game plan. This is more like what I want to play for, right? So next thing. Why is jungle tracking important? Jungle tracking is important because, well, you don't give enemy momentum. If your laners don't die, your lanes can pressure, and if your path in such a win condition, if they play safe, you can play to invade, you can get deep control, you can get a good base, you can do a lot of things. But if your laners die, you will lose momentum. And that is when you stop snowballing. Because your laners have to catch the wave, and laners can push the wave and roam around. And that's why it's very important for good jungle tracking. And by the way, these things that I explain is applicable in like almost the whole game. So this is something you can legit work on for like weeks or months. And essentially, right, if you are consistent at this, you will have a positive win rate, which helps you climb and result into elo. But I'm just breaking down like on the things you should be doing and how it helps snowballing. Of course, there's more things to it, but for example, like how do you recognize like what to play for, or how do you recognize like how to play for a Baron? How do you set it up? When do you fight? When do you not fight? Right? Like the simple maths you can always do is like count numbers. You remember on mid lane I was 7-0. I was thinking, okay, 3, they're 4. Do I fight? No. I'll at least take like at least 50-50s. You know, at the very least. I'm not gonna take like 35-70s on my side. And I always want to take 25, so 75, 25s. So you saw how I involved my Jace. That's how I snowball. And that's what you want to be doing in your games in order to like accelerate the game. It's nothing crazy, but if you have good habits and know when to base, which is like another different topic, right? You can work on base times for like weeks as well. But as long as you get good at these things, it will be so much easier to snowball. And I hope that made sense in general, like what to do. Because essentially, this is like me telling you like how to snowball. So that's pretty much it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it.